Right, so I have returned to cover the next chapter of Overlord, that chapter being, if I can say the word, chapter 28. Hopefully YouTube does kick in 1 second. Didn't want to say anything before it crashes on me. Yeah. Everything is working correctly on YouTube's. Didn't want to change my speed. That's a bad idea. Do not change speeds of your voices, otherwise you just turn to a distorted mess. But anyway, yeah, so I'm quite late by I think maybe 2 days. I think it came out on Sunday, the chapter came out on Sunday. Monday, I never say the word correctly of those people. The website I use, Batato, actually got it. But what I found out is the fact that actually AK Scans didn't actually translate the chapter. It was actually a non-group, like, translator. I was like, okay, that's interesting, because I thought, did AK Scans like magically drop the series out of nowhere? Because normally they're pretty freaking prompt when it comes to these kind of things, but they haven't actually released it. I thought this is a bit strange. And then I started reading the Batato like comments, and people were saying that yeah, the chapter is not that greatly translated. Like it's a complete like dumpster fire. I was like, oh my god, I'm in for a ride, aren't I? And I looked at the first page. I was like, oh freaking hell. I was like, oh man, this is not being proofread. This is not being proofread at all. So anyway, as I said in the comments, I'll probably will re-put it in the comments once the video goes live. In fact, I will actually recover the manga chapter once it comes out legit. Like, once the actual real translation comes out, I'll recover it, because I think this one's going to be quite the kind of info dumpy one, because it's kind of the start of an arc, so we need to actually know who the characters are, where they've come from, what's already been going down the whole entire time while we've been following the lizard men. So I probably have to actually recover it, because I think maybe the translation currently might miss out on things, because as we know, Brain's just come back, and Brain's a pretty important character, and so is Gazef as well. Gazef's come back, so it's kind of like, yeah, we need to kind of get that perfect translation to actually understand truly what's going down here, because he's in quite a state, which actually is quite interesting, because now you want to know why he's in the state. Well, I guess we kind of know why he's in the state, but we want to know why he's on borderline, like, kind of going a bit psychotic about it. So anyway, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. I have to recover the whole entire chapter once it comes out, which I imagine probably by the end of the week, because I think it's normally like a couple of days afterwards. I think AK releases it, but I thought, okay, let's cover this one first. Let's actually kind of see how it's all going to go down, and then recover it afterwards. So probably I might just kind of leave this one as a live reaction and then a discussion kind of thing, because I would rather kind of review the chapter once it actually kind of has a proper translation. But I probably will just discuss my like kind of initial thoughts about it. That's probably how I will do it. So wait for the actual kind of proper live discussion slash review slash whatever the hell I call it thing once it comes out, probably hopefully when they release on Batato, which I imagine is like Friday, I think. So yeah, anyhow, enough of trying to understand this whole entire thing. Let's get the show on the road. So let's actually put this over here, and yeah, let's actually let's actually get this show on the road. Anyhow, okay. Alrighty ho. Whew. Alright. So, it's really hot in my room currently, so I have to kind of like not magically like start getting heat strokes. Anyhow, so it's time for Best Boy in a really weird translation. So, is it Unglaus? I think that's how you actually pronounce his name correctly. It's Unglaus, I think. That's how I would pronounce it. It's Unglaus. So it kind of took me a bit while, because I was actually saying Unglaus, but it's Unglaus. And so this is when everything kind of become a little bit like hasty. I was like, oh, okay, it's a bit weird. So it is the man named the sword genius, but why is he in such a state? I would have said, why is the man once called the sword genius in such a state? That's how I would actually write it, because it kind of doesn't sound correct when you read it just out loud straight away. It kind of just sounds a bit, ooh, like, is it the man named the sword genius? But why is he in such a state? Because why would he say is it once you actually realise who it actually was? I don't know. That's how. Like, I have a hard time reading currently, like having to read like subs that are currently not the greatest thing in the world. And holy crap, why is there an advert for boobs inside my thing? Ad block of people are the best things in the world when it comes to these kind of things, because you get some really freaking random adverts. especially when it comes to like those like really strange online and like games. But there's actually no current way to actually just like direct download it and actually read it from a reader, so I can't like do anything about it. Unglaus, brain Unglaus. God, it's like, what the frick is going on here? Like, what? It's like the man. It's like the man I know. Oh, it's Stronov. What? What happened? Stronov. It broke. It broke? Not his katana. Hey, are we strong? If that man hadn't helped me, I would have died with my men together. Even if I am called the strongest in the kingdom, we are weak. In the end, we are only mere humans. Our swordsmanship is mere garbage. We are only inferior humans. Be Stroganoff. That's what we're going to call him for now. We're going to call him B. Stroganoff. We're going to call him Mr. Stroganoff. That's it. That's his name from now on. I don't understand. Doesn't every warrior understand that? That humans are weak? Because there are heights. Aren't we fighting to win against them? I believe to reach them at some time. Wrong! That's not... Damn it. Wrong! That's not the level I mean. He means the next level. Stronov. True strength can't be obtained through hard training. Humans as a race can't reach that height. We are nothing more than kids holding sticks. The continuation of our warrior plays as kids. It doesn't sound like a bright connection to happen from this. I'm actually looking forward to the romance, because they actually are pretty cool characters. Because I remember Garzif like left for a bit, came back, like, and he's left again. I was like, oh, I like Garzif. He's kind of cool. I mean, if they do it in the anime, how are they actually gonna put Brain in there? Because Brain's storyline makes no sense in the context of the anime. Because in the context of the anime, he literally just runs away. I mean, it doesn't kind of make his redemption, once it probably happens, kind of that more satisfying, because he didn't really do anything. In the manga, he actually tried to fight Shouter, so there was some kind of, you can understand why he ran away. In the anime, he just ran away, like, alright, Brain, alright, I was looking forward to this whole entire introduction, but clearly the anime effed it up. I don't know. So you have seen such heights. Yes, I have. Or rather, I haven't seen real strength. I was too weak to see true strength, then trained to see such heights. You don't understand at all. Humans will never reach the height of that monster. It doesn't matter how hard and how much you train. You won't reach her. Pitiful. What have I been trying to reach? So his soul will broke. Unglaus. I am happy to have met you at the end. Now I can die. Wait, Brain Unglaus. What are you doing? At least he didn't let his skills rust. Let's go to my house. Stop trying to help me. I want to die. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I'm sick of being afraid from the shadows that she will come pursue. What? Wait, I'm sick of being afraid from the shadows that she will come to... It will become to pursue, or come... I don't know. Stop. Follow me. Change your clothes and eat something. Go to bed after that. Ah, today is hot too. I feel that pain. Today is freaking hot in England. It's like currently like randomly hot. I'm like, why is it hot in England? The kingdom's heat wave is over by now. You're right. I heard it should be cooler in the north at the sea. If it isn't, would rain it... Wait, what? If it isn't, would rain it would be at least a bit cooler. If it were to rain, it would be a lot cooler, wouldn't it? That's how the sentence would make sense in the I don't freaking know. I hurt my head for a bit then. I was like, what? Hold up. What am I reading? There's also Naposhi missing somewhere in there as well, I think. But I digress. Nothing happened in the last couple of months. Man, they be quiet too. Oh, we need to wave the signal lamp too. Is it actually? Wait, was I going nuts? If ist, I don't know. I might be going nuts. I might be read that wrong, incorrectly, completely, and just thought, oh my god, it's actually wrong, but it probably is right. I'm not too sure. Don't trust me. Oh. Oh no. SFX gulg slurp gulg. SFX. Oh, okay. Alright. We have currently got people who mean business. SFX. Shadow step. Let's also remember this chapter's really short as well. I just realised that. I was like, oh yeah, this chapter's really short, isn't it? I was like, damn it. Like, my life has been gearing up for this moment, and currently it's really freaking short. Like, our preparations are finished. Perfect. I knew because I saw it. I knew because I saw it? I know because I saw it. See? My eyes deceive me sometimes. I will move to the next place. We have to try to capture the important people. I will make my move now. What about the other two? Aren't they having fun because they're not participating? Probably not. They should be fighting near the village. Guarding the front and rear exit and attacking simultaneously was the plan. Okay, I will be moving to the next priority target. I say priority target. You should be moving to the plan as well. Moving to the plan. Good thing they didn't have dogs. Doesn't matter. There was no scent of blood. Then I will be heading to the predetermined. I say the word. Oh, then I will be heading to the predetermined building. Black powder. I mean, it's not like necessarily absolutely atrocious. I've read worse, but I mean, it has its times where you kind of like, maybe that needs to be proofread a little tiny bit better. The drug that has infected the kingdom. The drug. the drug that has infected the kingdom. The most and inexpensive deal with an easy high is the reason this drug is so popular in the kingdom. It's believed that there are no side effects, but the toxins of the drug shrink the size of the brain of its victims to 5 1/4. I remember in the anime, it's kind of just like, he literally turns up, gets scared and runs away. And I'm like, oh. And I mean, in the manga, he does technically do a lot more. He's more integral, if you get what I mean. He doesn't do like a whole lot, but he does a little bit more to actually make sense why he runs away. But in the animation, it's like, oh, he's gone. That's it. Okay. But the toxins of the drug shrink the size of the brain of its victims to 4/5 of its size. There are no drugs with no side effects. That's just like people die when they are killed. It's like, well done. Of course there are no drugs with no side effects. Of course. The most annoying thing is the weak withdrawal appearance and the belief that I won't harm the surroundings. That's the reason why the administration of the kingdom hasn't cracked down on the drug yet, and is focusing more on other drugs. Black powder has already reached the status of toxic consent. I don't care much about the drug, but leader's friends contracted us. Quests that aren't passed through the Adventurers Guild are actually illegal. Even if we are one of the only two adamantite. Is it adamantite? Let's actually find out how to say that word correctly. Right, Google Translate. The only way I can actually remember how to say a word is actually find out how to actually properly say it, because it really irritates me. So ADAMANTITE. Adamantite. Okay, it's better. Elementite. Even if we are the only 2 Elementite adventurer teams in the kingdom. Wrong goddamn tab. There we are. Right goddamn tab. NG. Didn't a new Adamantite team form recently? 3 now. Securing information in this building. After that, I will light the fields on fire. There is no time to evacuate the villages. Necessary sacrifices. Alright. Alright. There are over 10 plantations in the kingdom. You can only yank the weed out after it's spruced. It's costly, but that's the only way. If we can gain some information about the organization from the village chief, leader would be happy too. The leader would be happy too. Hold on, wait 1 second while I quickly find out how to say that word, because I'm trying to like AIG TFINGERS. 8 fingers, that's how you say it. Sorry, sometimes words like that kind of leave me because they're in such a way I'm like, how do I say that? My brain just kind of leaves me. I have no idea why. That's how it's always gone down. The giant syndicate, which is disturbing the drug. The name of the organization originates from the Earth God's subordinate god, the god of theft, who has 8 fingers. Slave trade, assassination, smuggling, theft, drug trade, security, finance, and gambling are the 8 departments. Their giant organization rules over the black market in the kingdom, and on top of being too gigantic, they are surrounded in mystery. It's obvious that the powerful nobles are working with them, but even with a raw inquiry, it would be difficult to access the nobles. They wouldn't pretend they didn't know or shift the blame on the villagers. Even if we burn this drug, it won't affect them at all. Buying time, we have to hit them so hard to change the tide somehow, or this will have been in vain too. Man, Brain's like Brain's depressing me, man. The whole chapter was like, what's Brain doing this now? I kind of liked him. He was cool. But no, he's not. He's not cool right now. Oh. All new character. All new character. Or old character. That dream again, huh? Continues in October? Continues in October? I'm sorry? Ah! Did I just get studio shafted by them just then? Oh no. October? Gotta wait till October to find out what happens next. Oh, the pains of monthly manga. Oh, the pains. Anyhow, alright. So, it was quite the info dumpy chapter. And yeah, the actual translation wasn't too fantastic. Like, it was kind of one of those things you have to kind of piece together yourself what they're trying to say. Like, it's kind of like, okay, so there's a drug, there's something going on here, they got to get rid of it, then there's actually kind of like major thing going on, which kind of sounds like a major syndicate, this 8-finger kind of organization, that's another thing that's going on here. It's kind of like, whoa, alright. Okay, well, I guess. I mean, this actually does seem pretty freaking interesting. Like, it's kind of like showing there's more world to the actual kind of world itself than just the organizations we've seen so far. Like, in essence, now we kind of get this whole entire thing of the 8-finger organization, which does seem kind of interesting. Like, there's 8 fingers and there's 8 departments, and each department focuses on something completely different. It's kind of like, okay, alright. And this whole entire thing about the drug as well, which is not a drug. Like how I said, it's a drug. So you got that as well. But really, I kind of think maybe now the kind of main focal point would be Brain's character. I mean, hopefully it does, because he does seem like he needs to kind of get that characterization, actually understand why he did what he did, why he ran away, and why and how he needs to get the redemption now. Because here's a problem now. I fear this arc in the anime, because the anime hasn't done anything with Brain's character, because Brain literally showed up, became cocky, tried to go after Shouter. Shouter just turned around. He was like, oh, freaking hell, I'm getting out of here. Literally just ran away and disappeared. And you're kind of like, oh, okay. Alright. So you're kind of sitting there going, okay, so then how the frick am I meant to understand, how he's going to get redemption after that? Because, I mean, it could happen. I mean, you can understand why he done it in the anime, but at the same time, there wasn't really too much, like, kind of development on his part to actually kind of understand why he ran away. He just ran away. I mean, there was certain bits in the anime, but it's kind of like as if the manga kind of explored it a little bit better. Actually kind of make his, like, character arc seem a little bit more, like, kind of evident. Like, not as if it was just, like, there and gone, and then he's going to appear once again one day, and then literally going to do something completely different, and actually kind of redeem his character. Because you can actually understand in the manga, why he's this way, because he's seen Shouter at the kind of the most, like, scariest of parts. Like, Shouter at the point when he saw her was absolutely terrifying. So you understand why he's the way he is, because he's seen kind of true fear. He understands that he can't defeat her or defeat anyone else that's in, like, kind of in cahoots with her, because he understands, like, he's too weak. All humans are weak compared to her and everyone else. So it's just kind of interesting, the manga, to actually kind of see how he actually sees himself. And I'm guessing now Garza will probably help him to actually kind of realize, like, look, dude, you're not that way. Just, like, kind of think about things for a second here, bro. You're pretty freaking cool. You can do it. I believe in you. Like, that kind of thing. I think, as well, we might just see Garza kind of get some more characterization, because, again, one thing that the manga did over the anime is, like, kind of... He was characterized better in the manga as well, and Garza was characterized better in the manga because he actually had some more screen time. Actually, kind of felt a little bit more fleshed out. In the anime, it was like bits and bobs. And it kind of felt a little bit. Eh. Please run off some more characterization. Yeah, I think that's what they need. I think the characters right now, I think we've got enough characterization with everyone else to actually kind of go forward with. I think they're the ones who need it, and I think it's great they actually kind of made an arc for them specifically for that reason, because it's like they like the writer himself understands, oh yeah, okay, we need to actually develop those characters as well. So in that regard, it's actually kind of neat that they actually did that. So yeah. I mean, I'm actually interested to see what actually happens next and what that character is in the kind of dreams as well, because she does seem pretty interesting. And also as well, that kind of adamantite, like, kind of team as well, which does seem also very freaking interesting, and what their kind of dealio is. And again, it's a bit, like, kind of, the translation, so it's kind of like he had to kind of really just reread and reread and reread and reread and reread to find out what the F is actually being said, because it's kind of a little bit, ooh, sometimes. But it wasn't... I've seen worse. I mean, it's not as Yojo Senki bad. Like, Yojo Senki's manga at a point was absolutely atrocious, that you couldn't understand a word they were saying. But this one's kind of like, you get the gist of it. It's kind of like it's like an abridged version of it. So when AK Scan's version comes out, we had to actually understand truly what's going on here, because I think there's actually kind of a lot of information that we need to actually kind of process for future events, because he had the whole thing with the drug. The drug does seem like a major thing. And I guess as well, maybe, just maybe, what's going to happen next with the Lizardmen as well, because granted, yes, they're in the back burner now because they've got their arc, they're now kind of very much developed, but I think they need to kind of get further developed a little bit more, like in the sense of what's going to happen now with Zaryusu. Like, I think he needs a little bit more screen time to actually kind of conclude his character arc. I think he has enough so far, but I think maybe there's a little bit more in there for him. I think he needs a little bit more, and then probably Sasryu as well. Like, maybe just conclude that arc a little bit more, like, just intersperse it a bit. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what Brain does next, because he does seem like there's going to be a focus mainly on him, and what's going to happen with that, and Gazef as well. But yeah, I mean, as said beforehand, once the actual proper version comes out of this chapter, I probably will reread it, because we won't have anything until October now, so it probably will be November, because this one kind of gets the most randomest, like, update schedule in the universe, so it probably will be November, like, by the time we actually get to read this again. God, it's going to be like goddamn thing all over again, like Noragami. Like, the random, like, spursed out, like, release schedule. That one's been, like, out since, like, March, which is depressing. But yeah, I mean, all in all, pretty freaking like. It's one of those chapters which does really set up the whole entire next arc. It's what it really needed to do. So they did it pretty damn well. I mean, it kind of gives enough information to know about Brain's character currently, what he sees himself as, and how he needs to actually kind of improve it. Yeah, the chapters do go by too fast. I think they're kind of too short for what they are and how much they get released, because it's kind of like, oh Christ, we're already at the end. I was like, that's what I'm currently in two minds of doing. I'm currently in two minds just whether or not to read the light novel and read the manga at the same time, because it's kind of like, well, I have to wait until October now, so it's kind of like, is it just much point me just kind of just going forward in a light novel and just kind of reading the manga at the same time? Once the manga comes out, just read it as well. I don't know, because it's kind of seemed like this one's kind of the worst arc to break on. Like, just don't break on this arc because there's a lot going down. It does seem like it's doing it now. It's kind of like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't. But alas. So yeah. Probably going to cry in a corner for a bit because I've got to wait until October to find out what happens next. And also have to wait until the proper translation comes out because I have to literally reread that bit. But it's the organisation and an adamantite team. But was there much change towards the light novel and the manga? Because it's not like because there are certain like mangas you read that there actually is like a lot of changes, but there's other ones you're like, oh okay, it's not too much, like currently like stuck in limbo. But I know there's probably the only thing it probably would actually do a lot more than a light novel is probably give a lot more context to like maybe I don't know, Ainz's character. I think, because sometimes they might get rid of the inner monologues, because one of the only animes I ever watched and got rid of it was Sangatsu. But I don't know, if there's a lot, I'll probably reread it. If it's not too much, I'll probably just continue from where this one actually starts. I think this one starts literally on a volume, so it's actually not so bad. And I think I actually own the volume itself, so it's actually not so bad. But anyway, yeah. With all that said, I have indeed been a driver. So until this actual chapter comes out in the correct format, I shall see you guys later. So if you actually have enjoyed this video, I probably will. If I had to read the light novel, I probably would stream it. Don't worry. I have them as PDFs, so it's not really a problem. So if I just continue reading on from here, I'll stream it anyway. So it's not a problem. Do not worry. I will stream it. So yes, if you have enjoyed this stream as a whole, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here and you want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. But until next time, I shall see you guys later. Bye.